Hey everyone, today we'll be reviewing Coherence Neuro, a private biotechnology company developing what could be the future of brain-computer interfaces for cancer treatment. We'll cover their tech, competitive landscape, business model, and lastly, financial projections and risks. First, let's review their tech and competitive landscape. Coherence Neuro is a privately held biotechnology company at the frontier of cancer neuroscience. It has developed the world's first MRI-invisible brain-computer interface, or BCI, alongside a novel class of bioelectrical cancer biomarkers. These tools aim to detect and therapeutically modulate aberrant electrical signaling associated with tumor growth and metastasis. At the core, Coherence is pursuing an entirely new paradigm in oncology, reprogramming cancer from within by targeting its bioelectric communication. In contrast to conventional genomics or protein-level interventions, this approach taps into the nervous system's role in oncogenesis, leveraging bidirectional communication between neurons and malignant cells. Their technology platform offers a non-cytotoxic, potentially non-invasive and real-time approach to both detect and dynamically treat electrically active tumors. To date, Coherence has built an extensive IP portfolio with over 70 patents awarded or pending. This includes key technologies like the biocompatible and biodegradable 𝗬𝗓 array electrode, the proprietary NeuroVistor software platform, and algorithms for closed-loop neuromodulation. Importantly, Coherence's initial indications are glioma and pancreatic cancer, both of which suffer from poor survival rates and high unmet need. Their approach offers an entirely new way to detect and suppress these malignancies via non-traditional biomarkers. Now let's review their market access strategy and value proposition. Coherence is operating in a novel but fast-expanding niche called cancer neuroscience. This emerging field focuses on how tumors interact with the nervous system, including aberrant synaptic signaling, neurogenesis-like behaviors, and electric field propagation. While the overall neuroscience market is valued at over $600 billion globally and is growing steadily, Coherence's addressable market is centered on the neuromodulation cancer interface, an underpenetrated segment with exponential growth potential. The value to patients includes non-invasive or minimally invasive intervention, potential earlier biomarker-based diagnosis, enhanced patient adherence due to improved UX, real-world evidence accumulation through passive signal monitoring, and potential extension of quality adjusted life years or QALY by slowing progression in high morbidity tumors. There are currently no FDA-approved competitors targeting cancer's electrical signaling directly. Some academic and pre-commercial groups are working on related approaches, such as repurposing epilepsy or antipsychotic drugs to interfere with neurocancer pathways, leveraging Neurologen 3 or BDNF inhibitors, or using indirect neuromodulation through pharmacological or radiotherapeutic means. However, Coherence stands apart through its unique hardware-software stack, an MRI-invisible, fully integrated BCI platform paired with proprietary electric biomarkers. The ability to both detect and modulate real-time electric signaling makes this dual-purpose approach defensible and disruptive. The company is likely to pursue a three-phase commercialization strategy. Clinical milestones: Coherence expects to complete a first-in-human study in glioma later this year, which will serve as proof of concept for their platform technology. Regulatory designations: they should apply for FDA Breakthrough Device or RMAT designations to accelerate approvals, reimbursement pathways. For diagnostics, they could seek CPT codes and Medicare, Medicaid reimbursement under diagnostic imaging or signal analytics. For therapeutics, they would enter coverage with evidence development or CED frameworks and secure an NTAP, new technology add-on payment in hospital settings. Next, let's discuss financial valuation and due diligence. As of mid-2025, Coherence remains privately held. However, comparable neurotech and oncology device startups with early clinical stage programs are valued between $100 million and $300 million. These values are driven by proof of platform potential, unmet market needs, and platform scalability across cancer types. Investor due diligence over the last year would have focused on clinical and preclinical reproducibility, IP landscape strength, particularly around BC, invisibility, and electric biomarker specificity, leadership team credentials, notably in neurotech and oncology, regulatory interactions, and early FDA feedback, and key partnerships or collaborations. Lastly, let's review our 5-year value projection and critical risks. Applying a 12% discount rate and industry-standard clinical success probabilities, our risk-adjusted DCF model suggests the following valuation path. From 2025 to 2027, Coherence will likely operate at a negative net present value in the range of -$20 to -$50 million as they invest in clinical trials without generating meaningful revenue. However, upon reaching early commercialization in glioma and potentially pancreatic cancer in 2028, revenues could exceed $400 million annually at peak adoption. This trajectory suggests a 2026-2027 valuation estimate between $500 million and $1 billion if trials are successful and market access is smooth. This projection assumes a 20 to 30% peak market penetration for gliomas and an additional 10 to 15% share in early pancreatic cancer interventions. Assuming successful clinical entry in at least one of two planned indications, Coherence may offer CVRs contingent on first FDA clearance, positive pivotal trial readout, or commercial sales exceeding milestone thresholds. Finally, let's review 3 critical risks and mitigation strategies. 1. Clinical trial risk. There is a potential for safety or efficacy failure in first-in-human studies. However, this risk is mitigated through careful patient stratification and early biomarker validation. 2. Regulatory risk. Delays in FDA engagement or failure to secure breakthrough or RMAT status could impact timelines. This is mitigated by early submissions for fast-track designations. 3. Market adoption risk. Neurologists and oncologists, along with payers, may be slow to adopt unfamiliar tech, but this risk is mitigated by deploying co-engagement strategies and phasing commercial partnerships with leading cancer centers. In conclusion, Coherence Neuro is carving a new path in oncology by uniting brain-computer interfaces with a precision focus on cancer's electrical signals. They're pioneering both diagnostics and therapeutics, making it a dual threat in a market that values innovation. With a defensible IP moat, expanding indication pipeline, and real potential to shift cancer treatment paradigms, the company's valuation could grow 5 to 10x in the next 5 years, assuming successful clinical execution and reasonable market access. This is a high-risk, high-reward frontier biotech with potential to become a category-defining platform. Key 20 to 520 to 7 milestones are met. Thank you for watching and subscribing.